everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my crafty den. I'm working on some crepe paper rosette Halloween embellishments. So yeah, crepe paper is not my thing for making rosettes. I've used it in different ways before, but I really wanted to try the rosettes, and I'm telling you, it took me a while. So anyway, if you want to see how I made these, stay tuned, and I am going to try to do a series of Halloween embellishments this week. So if you are not a subscriber and you want to see those, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you get notified. And for all of my subscribers that are coming back, I hope you enjoy this series. So let me get into it. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. So far I've only made a few. And so I've done this little one, and this little one. I don't have a ton of Halloween crafting stuff. Everything that I have is on my desk right now. So I have a few papers. Just bought individual sheets a couple years ago, and then I never did craft anything for Halloween. I have no idea why. I've always been busy around this time of the year and never had a chance. And because we got home from our holidays, we came home a week early because of the rain. We saw some beautiful sights, but yeah, you can only be damp and cold for so long. And we were in our camper and it was just miserable. So we couldn't go out of the camper. Decided I'd rather be at home crafting. So what I'm doing today is I'm making some of these crepe paper. They're not really rosettes. They're not really fluffy, but they are. That's what we call them, as craft paper rosettes. And all I'm doing is taking my crepe paper. I wish I had been able to find some black crepe paper, but I couldn't. So I'm taking my orange crepe paper and I'm just folding it back at the bottom about 1/4 of an inch and turning it as I fold it. So I'm folding it up. So each time I fold it up, I'm kind of stepping a little bit. And then I shouldn't have done that. So I'll show you again. I'm going to try to show you up close. I'm not good at these at all. There's some people that just grab hold and they're done in a couple seconds. I've been watching them do it. It's a lot harder than it looks. Come on, people. Everybody says stuff is so easy, and sometimes stuff is and sometimes it isn't. And for me, I think we're all different though. For me, doing this is a lot harder than it looks. Just holding on to it and not dropping it. It could be that my fingers are a little bit old and have a little bit of arthritis in them, but I think you have to be pretty nimble-fingered. So, but this is all I'm doing, and it is the way I watched them do it on the videos that I watched. 3 or 4 different people did it the same way, so I figure that's the way to do it. I try to go with what the biggest majority is doing, because if the biggest majority of people is doing it, it's probably the easiest way. That's the way I think anyway. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just going around. I start with about somewhere between 12 and 18 inches of crepe paper. I hate wasting stuff, so the first when I tried to do it, I tried to just make them off the end of the roll, but it didn't turn. It wouldn't. Yeah, you have to cut yourself a little piece. I'm always trying to be too thrifty. So, but if you just keep turning and you're just patient enough, you finally get to where you're overlapping. So I'm going to do maybe one more, and then I'm going to cut a little bit of the excess off, fold this under like that, and then just take one more little tuck. And then I'm just going to take my stapler, and the stapler will temporarily hold that middle until I figure out what I'm going to do with this. So I've got a few of them made. These are the ones I've already done. And you can see the difference in the size. See how big they are? I don't want them this big. So I started the first one with a 2-inch circle and decided that that was about as big as I wanted it to be. I used my pinking shears. I'm going to go back and trim a little bit more off of this one too. I just want it to stick out a little ways past this 2-inch circle. It's the last one I did there. So this one here is just the crepe paper trimmed to a smaller piece, and I glued on a little, these are the tags that I hauled, or the die cuts that I hauled. They were the K & Company bag of die cuts that I got from Dollarama, and there's a lot of them in there. Like, there's a ton. This is what I took out, and I cut a 2.5-inch circle, and anything that was that size and smaller, I kind of put in here. I didn't want anything bigger than that. My thoughts are, these are almost 3 inches, 2.5, a little over 3 inches. When you're done, and I wanted to trim them down anyway, so this is how big it is when you do it really tight in the middle, and this is a 2-inch circle, so 3 inches. So anyway, I'll show you how I made these 3. I took the rosette, and I looked in here and I just found a piece. So here's this one. Maybe I can make it and have it go the other way. I'll do the same things on it. And then I'm just going to put one spider on this. This is a little bit bigger, so I'll put that on there. And so that's all I did. I took this, I took my hot glue gun, I put a little dab of hot glue in the middle, and I put this on here. They're double-sided, these little die cuts too, which is pretty awesome. So I put that on there, and then I put on this one, I'm just going to put a little spider. Where am I going to put them? I think I'll put them back here, like that. So I'm just going to put a little spider on. So I'm going to take my little spider, and I'm going to put it like that. Then I'm going to take my scissors, and I am going to trim. Maybe not these scissors. Do I have another pair that works almost as good? Let's see if these ones will do it. These ones are great scissors. I didn't pay a ton of money for them though, so, oh yeah, they'll cut. I didn't know if they'd cut through the tape, the crepe paper, without kind of jamming up. And they do a little bit. They don't cut really good. But they do give a kind of a crinkly edge, which is kind of nice. The water's running. I can hear it running down the eaves trough, or through the eaves trough and down the drain, because the drain is right on the corner of our house where my craft room is. There. I just keep trimming until I'm happy with it. Maybe a little bit more off this side right here. There. So that's all I'm doing is this. And then once I get it this far and I'm happy with it, then I'm just going to take a backing piece, a little piece of cardboard or something like that. If I want to keep this as a, turn it into a paper clip or something, I'll put a backing piece on it, just like this. so that I got something to put the paper clip from and make this stronger. But this one will probably just be an embellishment, so I'll just leave it. So they're cute, and they're not too fussy. This one here was really easy to do. I may trim this paper first, and I'm going to use my pinking shears for this because I made this one a little smaller. For me, it seems that depending on how I turn the paper in my thumb and my finger, how the size they turn out. They don't all turn out the same size. It's really weird. You'd think with the paper and folding it the same way, you'd get them, but everyone is different. So, handmade, right? So I think I'm going to use this side as the up side, and I'm going to find, some of these have little tags on them. Like this one. This is this one. And I think it's really cute. That's the one I used there. This one's got some shiny on it. So all I did with that was I put some hot glue. I think I put it on the back of this to make sure I had enough. And I went all the way around this with the hot glue. And then I centered it onto this like that. And when you put the two together, it kind of makes them a lot more stable. And then I took a little piece of black yarn. I just have this that I got at Dollarama. I hold some black, some purple, and some orange. So I took a little piece of the black yarn and I put it through here and gave it a tie. There, like that. And then I took my scissors and I trimmed off the excess. And then I just unraveled these a bit. They want to go back together, but there. And made them a little bit raggedy. So that's cute. So that's all I'm doing. I'm sitting here making Halloween embellishments. So if you're going to make some Halloween embellishments, why don't you pop over to my Facebook page. It's on Facebook. It's My Crafty Den as well. And leave some pictures of what you're doing. That's what the page is for. Everybody that goes over there should be able to look at pages of what everybody else is doing and get some ideas. So I think I'm going to take another one like this, the puffy pumpkin sticker. I'm going to take this one off. More of the sticky, these are a couple years old, and more of the sticky is staying on the sheet than is staying on the pumpkin. So it's definitely one of those ones that you have to use hot glue. You have to use hot glue. Ooh, I like this. This one maybe. So I think I'm going to put it like, let me see. How am I going to do it? I looked at the table and I thought, did I not just put a pumpkin sticker down there? And then I saw this on it, and of course it was underneath stuck. Yeah. So I think I'm going to put this just so that it's on the corner like this because I want to still be able to see keep out. And then I'm going to put some hot glue along here and on this. And then I'll put it right over that staple. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Now I'll take just some of this off. And I wait until after I get my stickers on there because I want to see how much of this background I want to leave. So that's cute. I like that one. That's sweet. And so it doesn't take much. You don't have to have many supplies. I've got a package of puffy stickers. I have some, you could use some little word sentiments, or you could print some from the computer on some orange paper, or, you know, just cut some out of, you could use your Tim Holtz words if you had it, but you don't have to have all that stuff. You could just take a piece of paper, use a black magic marker, or a colored marker on colored paper, and you could write your little sentiments out. You could use one package of puffy stickers from the dollar store and a $1 roll of crepe paper, and you could make Halloween embellishments, and it would cost you $2, like literally $2, if you don't count your hot glue. So that's what I'm coming up with. So I'm going to make a few more, and when I'm all done, I'll come back and I'll show you what I've got. This is what I've done. I've got this pile of embellishments that I've made, and I think I showed you this one and this one. They're all different sizes because I trim them. This one and this one, using the rosette, just a little paper tag and the puffy sticker. So that's those two. And I believe I showed you these two. And these are just gluing on, using the rosette, trimming it down, and using the die cuts that I got in the pack from Dollarama from K & Company. And I made another one of these. I could have frayed this one a little bit more, I think. There. So I made a couple of these. I'll show you. All I've done is tied the string on. They were already punched. So I did those. And then I used the bats. So I did the rosette. And for the background, I used my washi tapes, my Halloween washi tapes, and I just put them down on a piece of paper, and then I cut two 2-inch circles to make the two. And so I put my washi tape circle on the back, and then I popped up the bat on some little foam sticker thingies. And for this one, and I think this is my favorite, and though it was the easiest to do, I think, I just trimmed out my circle of my rosette for my background, and I had this as the die cut. Now there's 2 die cuts the same of each one of the prints in the package, and I think there's 50 die cuts in that package. At least. I can't remember what the exact number was, but yeah, there's a lot. So, and both of them, one's always shiny and the other one is flat. So, this one had the spider web, and then on the little line coming down, there was, I think you can see on the paper right there, the legs, there was a little spider, but I took one of those plastic spider rings and cut the ring part off and glued it right on top of the spider to give it some dimension. And I think that looks really cute. I like this one. So that's these ones. So really easy. Cost me, I can't remember how much the pack of die cuts was, but I think it was probably just a couple dollars, and a roll of crepe paper. So, and I have the little rings already. So yeah, so there I've got 10 embellishments that I can put on some of my projects. So if you like this video, please comment, like, share, and by all means, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button and come back and see what I'm going to do next, because I have a few more Halloween embellishment ideas to do yet. So bye-bye for now, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.